Hello, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure being on this call. This is always fun. So let's take a closer look at this product. A lot of people who follow Immunotech closely at first wonder why a science-based company whose focus is the immune system would go forward with a skin product. Now, this is a good question, and the answer is so important. Certainly, your skin is what people will immediately see and consciously or unconsciously form an opinion on aesthetics or how good you look. But the skin is a window on how healthy you are as well. And for a health professional, health is obviously more critical than a person's good looks every time. And not to mention, looking healthy is also part of what attracts us to each other. So healthy skin likely equates to beautiful skin as well. So let's take a look at Immunocal Derma, a one-of-a-kind skin cream with Immunocal actually in it, specifically developed for skin health. Now, some people, but not all people, are aware that the skin is actually the largest organ in the body. It's actually an extremely complex structure. And because of this, there are literally thousands of things that can go wrong with your skin. I think there's a list of over 3,000 different skin conditions that are documented. Unfortunately, most people will only start taking better of care of their skin after a problem arises, but that's our nature. This is reactionary, but we also need to focus more strongly on preventative health measures. Now, there's so many roles, as we mentioned, that our skin plays. Besides holding everything in, it acts as a barrier against environmental challenges. It contains receptors for touch and pain and heat, cold, movement, and it's a major source of signals that directs our brain to tell us what to do. It's critical to regulate our temperature by altering blood flow or by sweating. It's involved in storage of metabolically active substances like vitamins and other agents. This is just a short list of skin functions. But what's fascinating to me is that so many of these functions relate directly back to our immune system. And you'll hear time and again that immunologists consider our skin to be the frontline defense of the immune system. And when you examine the skin microscopically, you'll discover very quickly that it's absolutely teeming with immune cells. And here you can see just a few things that can challenge or compromise skin health: stress and fatigue, bad habits like smoking, pollution, poor diet, and much more. And all of this accelerates skin aging and skin integrity. So the importance of taking care of your largest organ in your body is critical. Certainly, one of the payoffs will be making yourself look better. We mentioned aesthetics, and this is absolutely a huge industry, but we're quite glad and happy to look better. But for a health professional, again, it's really about is skin health. It's about healthy skin. Now, let me stress a crucial point. The most important thing that you can do for your health and for your skin's health is to eat well. We say this again and again. What you eat has the most profound influence on your health, and that includes your skin. And because it's getting increasingly difficult to eat well, to get good produce, to find the time to do all this, we depend increasingly on supplements. And you all know that more and more people consider to be the hands down the most important supplement you can take, yes, Immunocal. This is really the first step, taking care of your skin and your immune system from the inside out, Step number 2 is taking care of your skin from the outside in. And this is what we're going to focus on now. And here you have it, Immunocal Derma, antioxidant skin protection. So let's look at this closer. What most of you know by now is that Immunotech considers research a fundamental must when validating a product. So holding true to our statement, the science of living better, we were compelled to do a study. And the study was carried out at one of the best skin testing labs in the country, a place called the Value Lab, a Quebec-based research firm. They enrolled both men and women to do a 6-week study using Immunocal Derma daily at the same dose that is recommended for all of you. And what were the results? Well, 90% of the users described more hydrated skin. Hydration is one of the most critical parameters of the skin's health. 85% noticed smoother and softer skin. Sure, this is important for the way you look, but smoother and softer skin also acts as a better barrier to threats that get a foothold into something like rough skin. And firmer and elastic skin also makes it tougher for microbes and toxins to penetrate, and it's more protective from injury. You can see the final conclusions made by the study company: an overall improvement in fine lines and wrinkles and in skin radiance, reduced anti-aging effects, and improved overall skin condition. And needless to say, we were very, very pleased with these results. And for sure, we did before and after photos. We collected those, and there were clear visual differences. You know, you just take a look at a couple of these. And I'm sure you'll all be pleased as well that Derma was tested for allergic potential and skin irritation. Now, there's actually strict guidelines to be able to make these statements: hypoallergenic, non-irritant. And we are authorized to say that Immunocal Derma is hypoallergenic and non-irritant. And of course, there's no parabens. And we gained these claims without doing any animal testing. And also, when you see the claim, dermatologist subject to government regulations. We got this too. Certainly a must for both validation and credibility. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people are going to ask the question, well, what about glutathione? Did you measure this in the lab? This is a good question, and it requires a specific answer. Immunocal, I need to remind you, Immunocal Derma contains Immunocal, not glutathione. And to see if it had an effect on glutathione levels in the skin, we would have had to do biopsies on these volunteers. I mean, just think about it. Losing small pieces of your skin is not something that is very pleasant. So what we did is we focused on what the actual visible end result was. What did the skin look like, and how did it behave? Not the biochemical changes that took place in the skin. Now, let's point out several other important features here. The Immunocal Derma is provided in what we call an airless pump, and this accomplishes a number of things. Number one, because you don't have to open the container every day and dip your fingers into it, it doesn't get contaminated, and it also allows you to share the product. Number two, because it limits the exposure to the environment, to the air, it dramatically decreases the amount of oxidation that it can undergo, oxidation, free radical formation. And number three, the pump is really precise. And so you should be getting exactly the same amount every time the pump is actively activated. And with accuracy, we can deliver the recommended dose every time, which is 2 pumps per dose once a day, which should be roughly equivalent to a month's supply. Now, keep in mind, there's some people who are going to want to use more depending on the situation. There's nothing wrong if you're going to do that. The Derma product can be integrated into pretty much any other skin routines you may have. This is very important. Some of you are really loyal to your other products. This will mix well. And many are going to ask, Does Derma replace the other skin creams that I'm using? We know that, again, a lot of people just, you can't tear their usual routine away from them. The answer is no. This is not meant as a beauty cream per se. The Immunotech Derma is a skin treatment product. Keep that in mind. And it's completely compatible with pretty much any regimen that you might be using. And about sun blockers, we intentionally left out any sun blockers from the Derma for a couple of reasons. Not everybody wants a sun blocker, and it's probably contained in several of the other products you may be using. And you may not know this, but not everybody is okay with certain SPF factors. Not all of these are well tolerated by everyone. And so if you want or need or desire sun protection, we suggest a safe sunscreen protecting product as well. So the main question is going to be, what is this product exactly for? The answer is Derma, although there are definitely beauty benefits. This cream is this is for treating skin. It's for skin health. And I'll read the list here. These are important benefits that you could take advantage of. Maintaining skin health and integrity, protection from environmental hazards, providing more hydrated skin, leads to smoother and softer skin, offers more supple, firmer, and elastic skin. This is something that is for all ages, for all skin types, both sexes. We can even go as far as saying this is for problematic skin. And again, we remind you that this could be added to anything else that you may be using. And one thing for sure, no one has a cream with Immunocal in it. This is truly unique and only available through Immunotech.